Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is PsychoGold, and last night I was sitting comfortably on my sofa when my Instagram suddenly tells me that I've been tagged in someone's story. This is unusual, especially since I haven't done anything for a bit. So I look, and Unworthy Productions, who make the fantastic Power Rangers Unworthy series, tagged me and a bunch of other people saying, Episode 3 is dropping soon, guys. We hope our favorite reactors are gonna check it out. And, well, tell you what, if you tell me you're one of your favorite reactors, you're damn sure I'm gonna check out whatever it is you're gonna post. Thing is, I then went on their channel and realized I'm not actually up to date. The last time I checked out Unworthy, there was only a Episode 2 Part 1. There was no Part 2. And I haven't checked it out. So, I've refreshed my memory of what happened in Part 1 where the Green Ranger shows up, the Arbiter chases them, they then run off and they demorph, and that's kind of where it ended. Now, since then, there's been Episode 2 Part 2, there's also been a short called The Return, which I have watched, but I'm gonna watch it again, because it was so long ago, I don't really remember it. But, yeah, so I'm gonna do this, Part 2, and then I'm going to do the return in this video, the same, and then Episode 3, we're going to do in a separate video that'll be out probably an hour or so after this one comes live. So, this is going to be very much a Power Rangers day, so if you don't like Power Rangers, I'm sorry, I do, and this video series was pretty cool, so I'm very excited to get to Episode 3 because the trailer looked phenomenal. But I need to catch up with the story first, and this is the perfect excuse to do so. Also, while that happened, a different project for Power Rangers that also looks really cool, another fan series, is about to drop its second episode as well, and they also have communicated with me. So, yeah, there's going to be quite a few fan films. There's also some other anime fan stuff that I know people have tagged me in. I got tagged in a bunch of stuff over the last couple of days and the last week or so anyway. So I'm trying to get to all of the fan stuff, and then we'll get back to the regular anime. I just want to get all of the stuff that I've been tagged in out of the way. So this is the start of that. Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Previously on Power Rangers Unworthy.
Rangers! I need to speak with your world, Zord.
Yeah, you failed.
Horde, what are you?
I'm the Arbiter, the first Ranger. You have all been named Unworthy.
They got their asses handed to them, and then Tommy showed up, as per usual. Did a little bit better, but didn't actually do that much better.
The Sixth Ranger will be the first to fall.
We think he's tracking us through our connection to the morphing grid.
If we demorph, we might be able to lose him.
Let's keep moving, guys.
Yep, so this is where Part 2 ended, and I guess we'll see what happens next.
Only delay the inevitable.
I still really love that Arbiter suit, man. Whoever designed that, well done. Oh, we're in cinema mode now.
So,
I know it has a real name. I'm just playing.
if we're demorphed, how can the Arbiter still find us?
Well, even demorph, we still have a tenuous connection to the morphing grid's electromagnetic frequency.
Is that a console?
But with enough time, we could still be found.
That's why we
I can't tell which one it is, but that definitely looks like a console.
We're a danger to everyone, especially our families.
We need to contact Zordon and learn more about this Arbiter guy ASAP.
All clear, guys.
This might sound daft, but why can't they just use the communicators to contact Zordon? I know they're hiding from the Arbiter, but shouldn't the communicator be... Oh no, that's what they're doing. They're fixing the communicator.
Completely lock us out.
Okay.
But we may have a workaround. This, we're doppelganger dropped it.
That sound.
What is it?
It seems to be a device capable of interdimensional travel.
So,
So, the command is in a pocket dimension. I can reconfigure its coordinates.
We could make a portal and go to the command center.
Really? Mad genius. Well, let's see if I can actually get it to work first.
I was gonna say, it's the other Billy that invented it, so it makes sense, would be my guess.
Hey, Kim.
That just kind of disappeared from the garage after he was attacked.
I'm so worried. This might be the strongest thing that we've ever faced, and it's all just happening so fast.
Everything's gonna be okay. I mean, we've beaten bigger bads before, right?
Yeah.
Say that 3 times fast.
Bigger bats before. Bigger bats before.
I was gonna say, have you beaten bigger bats before? Because
You know what I mean.
Arbiter beat Draken in another timeline, which these guys don't know. That alone is like,
Power Rangers.
good luck.
We're unstoppable when we're together.
It's nice to see them.
I figured it out.
It's nice to see them interact as people, because we haven't really seen them much outside of fighting. Well, that was very true to the show. Heaven forbid you show anybody kissing on the show, barring like that one time I think Tommy and Kim did get to kiss, or 2 times I think, in 3 seasons.
What's the good news?
We can use this little gizmo to make a portal directly to the command center.
So,
Really?
bad news.
The battery's dead.
Ah.
Jump start, but we'll have to use the power on morphers to do it.
Which will instantly alert the Arbor to our location, like in the alley.
And worse news, it'll take a few minutes after the jump for the device to be fully operational. So until then,
We have to hold off the Arbor long enough for the portal to open.
And
It'll be our only way out.
but won't the Arbiter be able to follow you
We
anyway?
can do it. I know we can. The same way we did against Lokar. The same way we did against Zed. The same way we always do.
Wait.
As a team.
Oh, okay. So in this world, they fought Lokar and Zed, yet Scorpina is still around for Rita.
Better to take initiative and start now
Okay.
rather than wait and be caught off guard later.
So now.
right now.
Now?
We actually should have done it before the big cheer, but woo, different.
Okay, give me this. Everyone stand in a circle, take out your morphers.
Morphing in close proximity to the device should jumpstart with our residual energy. Ready? It's morphin' time!
Oh, okay. Different morphing sequence to the first episode. I like it. Oh, completely. Okay, so we don't actually see the morph anymore.
I think it's worked.
Oh, wait. You said that it would take a minute. That
King?
happened instantly.
That was quicker than expected.
This doesn't look like Command Center, you guys.
I don't know. It's got fairy lights. It looks like a command center.
Welcome.
Billy, you might want to double check those coordinates.
Affirmative.
Foolish children. No matter how far you run, no matter where you try to hide, there is no escaping fate. Forfeit your power coins, or forfeit your lives.
Get a new pitch, pal, because we are buying.
Did you do this? Where are we?
And how did you bring us here?
The Morphin Grid itself rules this battle. It brought you here, to the void between dimensions. This will be your going ground.
Billy.
Oh, okay.
Status on that portal back
So very similar to the Crisis on Infinite Earths being in the
Somehow
void.
hijacked their jump point again, like in the alley. But I think I've managed to override his override. The portal's still our way out. We just need to stall him long enough for it to recharge.
Hubris was expected from disciples of Zordon, but your overconfidence will be your demise. There is no way out.
That's what you think. Rangers, ready!
Oh,
Power Rangers of Earth 218.
Hold them off
Weapons.
until the portal opens.
The power protects you.
no more.
Longer.
Oh, I like that redesigned power sword. The only thing I'm not so keen on is maybe it's just me, but it doesn't sound like the audio levels are quite as good. The music doesn't, and the voices don't quite balance out as well as they have done in previous episodes. Fights are still good though. That's one way to use a bow, I suppose. I was gonna say, you know that there's 6 of you and 1 of him, right? Has it occurred to you maybe to try attacking together instead of one at a time?
Please tell me that did something.
Come on! No, it didn't. I like the actor that plays Billy. He's got his delivery down quite well.
Let's get them together.
There's an idea. Okay. Right. Well, that could be a problem to fight. Yeah, I like the sort of style they're going with the weapons. They're not achieving much, but it looks cool. Oh! Yeah, no, you're definitely not beating him, guys. Oh, nice! I was gonna say, you've not been able to outstrength them yet. Oh, that didn't sound good. What makes you think you'd succeed this time? Oh, that was a disgusting sound! Oh, the Red Ranger did something at last. Not that it's that surprising, because it is Rocky and not Jason. Not letting my bias show through there at all. What? Oh, okay, he's dual wielding the swords and he's turned it into another one of like what he's got. Oh, broken helmet visor. Always a nice touch. Okay. I'm slightly concerned by what she's thinking about doing. God damn, look at the scars on her helmet.
Tommy.
I got this.
Sorry, that Tommy wasn't quite in keeping with how dramatic the scene looked.
Fight.
I mean, that is what they're doing, dude.
It makes no difference.
No, you do seem to be OP incarnate, I'm not gonna lie.
No. Tommy, just hold on.
Oh! Looks like they might just be able to get out of here after all. So they've got to try and get to the portal now.
The portal's open. Everyone move. Let her go.
Enough!
Oh, okay. Right. So he literally just threw one of the swords at the bow and it just shattered.
The Power Rangers are no more.
Wait.
No.
Okay. Someone's been reading Boom Comics. Tommy's dead again, guys. Well, I didn't expect that. Oh, they're gonna try and push him through the portal instead. Nice flashbacks. It's Tommy doing karate. It's the same, but different. Oh, okay. And in this version, Kim knows it too. That makes sense. Oh, these scenes are so well done, man. That looks like a bar of juice, one might say. Oh, the pink hue in the background there. I like it. Still not gonna show us the kiss.
Okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
I don't think it is Kim. Oh wow, that's where it ended. Okay, now I'm kind of glad I was behind. That would have driven me mad. How long ago was this video? I mean, hats off, man. That was really, really good. But at the same time, like, holy hell. That was your ending? Damn. Damn. I don't know if there's an after credits. Obviously we got the little short to do in a second. I'll watch the credits and see if there isn't, then we'll move on. Alright, so there wasn't anything at the end, well, for the story. There was some kind words from the guy that made it, who I didn't realize is actually the guy that played Billy, so that explains a lot. They also announced a Kickstarter, which obviously is long since over, so I guess maybe that's why it's been a while, because it doesn't look like it hit its goal, which doesn't surprise me given this fandom. And that wasn't that's not an insult to the fandom. We just been burned too many times, man. But that was actually really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm trying to decide whether to review it or just watch the short. No, we'll talk about it. I really enjoyed that. It went dark. Don't get me wrong. Both metaphorically and literally, because it was very dark in those fight scenes. But I really enjoyed actually the section before the fight started where they were unmorphed, because episode 1, we meet them in the middle of fighting putties, and not long after that, they morph. And they stay morphed pretty much throughout the entire rest of the thing, and before that, we're in a completely separate universe where the classic-looking Rangers are fighting Drakon, and then the Arbiter shows up and defeats a Mastodon sentry from memory, and then kills Drakon. And then he goes off and tries to chase the Blue Ranger that escaped, and obviously he catches up with him, and then he starts fighting these guys. So we've not really seen much from the individuals behind the mask or what they're like, and this world is very different to the classic timeline of both the original show and, in fairness, the one from Boom Comics. A, the Arbiter doesn't exist, but B, they have a team composition that includes Rocky and Adam, but still has Trini. Kimberly is very different in this timeline. Obviously, Tommy is a girl in this timeline, and on top of all of that, Tommy is still the Green Ranger, but they've already fought Lord Zed, and from the sounds of it, they may have even defeated him, because Rita is the one that Scorpina said she worked for in the first episode. Now, I could just be reading too much into that. That might just be a case of the first episode was always just meant to be a one-off, and now that they're doing a series, they're expanding the lore. Maybe they'll retcon it. I don't know. But they said that they fought Lokar and Lord Zed, and they talked like it was, we done that. They gone, man. So, I don't know. If they have defeated them, that would make this very different to either timeline, whether you want to read the Boom Comics or you remember the old show, because technically speaking, Lord Zed never got defeated. It took a long-ass time, but he did indeed manage to defeat the Rangers, and it was only because King Mondo came along in Zeo that Zed and Rita didn't basically get to lord over the fact that they won. Now, obviously, they'd have then had to have fought the Zeo Rangers, so it was kind of a hollow victory. But the point is it's very different to how this world seems to have gone. As for the fight scenes themselves, just like the previous 2 episodes, they were really good. I believe this was done by a different team. I think this was Deviant Children. I think, because that's pretty confident that's what it says in the description. But I know that the first episode was done by Carmen Ramen, who I really like those guys. I've spoken to those guys a few times. And Deviant Children are another good group. They do good stuff as well, so go and check them out. I thought that the effects on the weapons when they were doing their big heavy attacks were really good. The camera work was really... I'd say it's better actually than the second episode's part 1, in that it felt a lot more cinematic. Now, I'm not really that fussed if something feels cinematic, in all honesty, but I think that they were definitely trying to give this episode a bigger budget feel, and I think they succeeded overall, in all honesty. The big shocking moment at the end where they killed the Green Ranger, I didn't see coming. I actually wondered if the Green Ranger was going to sacrifice herself by doing something daft like trying to explode her power coin to kill the Arbiter and save her friends, but the fact that they instead just flat out made her lose the fight against the Arbiter, there was nothing Kim could do, the rest of the Rangers are not in any shape to fight back either. That was unexpected, and almost as shocking as when Boom Comics did something similar, but I didn't expect to see this from this particular YouTube series. I mean, it's possible that she might not be dead, that she might yet live, and that she could get healed, but at the moment, I'm not even sure how any of them are getting out of this situation, because they're all stuck with the Arbiter still, and they all seem to be in trouble. So, luckily, we won't have to wait very long to find out what happens next, because episode 3 is out, and it is longer than any of the previous episodes. I also know, because I've seen the trailer, that there is a lot of crossover happening, but before then, we have this short that they released called The Return, which kind of throws some of my questions about what's happened in this world up out there as well, because if I remember correctly, this shows Zack, the original Black Ranger, coming back into the world somehow. 3, 2, 1, go. God, that's loud. Yeah, this is the parking garage where they had their first fight, though the floor seems to have mysteriously healed itself from Billy being slammed into it. No! Oh god! Putties in a horror film! Now there's something terrifying.
Putties? Just like old times.
Oh yeah, I remember now. They did really good choreography for for Zack's unique fighting style. In the original series, obviously, he had a made-up style, hip-hop kido, but in this, it looks more like he's doing capoeira. Putties are also doing pretty well, not gonna lie. Oh god. I think we all know what time it is. Ah, he's got that broken morpher, man. I know how he feels.
It's morphin' time.
Oh, okay. So that was a cross between the new morph and the old morph. Oh. He can't lift it because his powers aren't working properly, so he doesn't quite have that strength. Still dangerous though. Yeah. The remix track in the background is pretty good too. I do love the effect as well. Like, you can see everything's breaking, but kind of ruined when the camera then pans out and it's not quite there anymore. I love the way the axe is standing up on its edge like that because it's so heavy. Okay. So apparently morphing changes him from capoeira to Jeet Kune Do, and he sounds like Bruce Lee now.
Mastodon Slam!
Okay.
I beat the putties. I beat the putties.
Oh. Yeah, your powers ain't working right, man.
Man, I missed that rush.
Zachary Taylor, Earth 218.
Oh!
You have been deemed unworthy.
Oh, I didn't remember that. What? Okay. So, when is this then? It's obviously not happening parallel to what we're seeing in the other episode. I'm glad I rewatched that, because I didn't remember that at all. Yeah, so that short, obviously introduces Zack into the mix. Now, I don't know if the way he talked made it sound like he could be potentially from the future, but I don't know if that's true, or if he was just talking nostalgically as in, this is just like old times, you know? But at the same time, he has a broken morpher like Adam did, and obviously in this reality, Adam is still the Black Ranger. So I'm curious if there's a story reason that Jason and Zack maybe are both have broken morphers. Maybe they had to retire from being a ranger, or something happened is the reason why they're not currently active members, although it looks to me like they still, or at least Zack still has the ability to morph, though his powers are unreliable just like Adam's were in Space. I actually think the choreography in that episode was even better than the choreography we had against the Arbiter in episode 2, purely down to the fact that obviously the Arbiter is in a big heavy suit, he's quite tall and imposing. I doubt he can see much, having worn Stormtrooper armor myself. You can't see anything in those helmets, and I highly doubt that they want to risk doing any damage to those suits, whereas the putties, they look like they're more like a onesie, and they're going to be a lot more mobile. They can probably see. They're just able to do more interesting choreography when they're fighting opponents more on their level, more equal in body mass to their own, and they don't have these big heavy suits that are probably quite fragile, I would imagine, to worry about. Either way, it was a great taster to prepare us for episode 3. I'm very curious as to how Zack fits in, if at all, to the story, and how he's going to fight the Arbiter, unless someone's going to come along and save him, because there are definitely more Rangers in episode 3 than have been up until now. Now, they might be completely segregated separate stories, I do not know, but we will find out. but not in this video because this video has already gone on long enough. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed checking out Episode 2 Part 2 and Power Rangers Unworthy The Return. I really do think that this is a fantastic series. I hope that as time goes on they'll be able to get episodes out more consistently. Maybe they've got a Patreon page or something. I don't know whether or not that would help them, because I don't know how much this has cost. I know that they've done a lot of collaboration for the next episode with other teams and other fan projects, but I wish them the best of luck either way in completing the storyline that they set out to make. Either way, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to watch episode 3. Hopefully it will be out not long after this video. So, with that said guys, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you go and check out their video and give them a thumbs up, etc, etc. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And hopefully I'll see you guys in a bit for the 3rd episode. But until then, this is Psycho Gold, signing out.